Guys, that title is not clickbait at all. And let me just say, MAGA, it's getting weird. Weirder. So for those of you that basically live under a rock, there has been new developments within the Epstein case. So with newly released documents and resurfaced evidence, it appears that there may have been more overlap between our current president, Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein than what the public was initially told. With that being said, nothing currently proves criminal involvement. However, Donald Trump is basically being incriminated within this entire situation. So, since that is the case, a lot of his supporters feel the need to run defense, but not only for him, but for Jeffrey Epstein as well. But before we go any deeper, please do me a favor. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It really helps out with the channel and lets me know that you guys are rocking with the content. And while you're at it, please do me a favor and do not forget to join the Discord and make sure that you subscribe to the gaming channel. I'll leave a link to both of those in the description down below. And also make sure that you hype the video as well. I really do appreciate you guys. So, as I have previously stated, MAGA is basically running defense right now for Donald Trump because he is being incriminated within this situation. And one of those people that are defending Donald Trump is Megyn Kelly. Please just listen to what she has to say about this situation, dear God.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts.
Sorry. Huh? Last time I checked, a 15-year-old is not barely legal. Are we now considering 15-year-olds as barely legal?
Wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie, or now they call it child sex material, on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual, I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Hold on, just to make sure all of you understand in the comments, there is no difference between a 15-year-old and an 8-year-old. They are both underage. One is a child while the other is a teenager, but essentially they're still both children. You would still get brought up on the same charges if you deal with an 8-year-old in that inappropriate way. And the same thing goes for a 15-year-old. Why are we now trying to run defense for Epstein? Why are we trying to make it seem like what Epstein did wasn't that bad? Oh yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't that bad because, I mean, they weren't below 15, they weren't below 14, they weren't 8 years old. They were barely legal. No, you ass knuckle, no. What are you talking about? If you are below the age of 18, you are a minor. What are we talking about? I am so confused. Okay, so that's basically where we're at, right? So now we're downplaying what Epstein essentially did to these children, right? Okay, I really wanted to show you guys that clip just to show you how desperate MAGA is to run defense for Donald Trump. And guys, it most definitely gets worse. This clip is also going to blow your goddamn mind if you haven't seen it yet.
Are you asking me why it's wrong to rape children?
Yeah, I need you to tell me why it is wrong in your eyes to do that. Yes. Do you need me to repeat it? Can you not hear me? Do you have too many cocks in your ears, or what's up? Why is it wrong? Is that too hard of a question? You can mute me with the background noise if you want. I'm ready to hear your answer.
It's happening. It's actually happening.
That pearl clutching is so beta. Why don't you actually answer the question?
It's actually happening. He's calling me a pearl clutcher for saying that child rape is wrong.
No, because I asked the question. Why are you?
I didn't think this one would happen. You know, we see it often. They'll say that something's wrong, and then Trump will do it, and then they'll defend it. Did that with J6. Did that with the J6 pardons. Did that with the Medicaid cuts. Did that with the SNAP cuts. Just didn't think they'd do it with child.
Obfuscating. Let's just get to the fucking point, bro.
I just didn't think they'd do it with child. And now we're seriously at that point where Trump supporters are now saying that it's not wrong to rape children and asking why it is wrong to rape children.
You all heard that. You all heard that, right? The guy literally asked Dean, why is it bad to rape children? Why is that a bad thing? And then Dean was so stunned. And I don't blame him, because why would you? What kind of question is that? You know why it's bad to rape children. Why are you asking that question? That is an insane question. So Dean was legitimately stunned. And honestly, when I saw the video, I was stunned too. So I don't blame Dean for having that type of goddamn reaction. And then when Dean got quiet, the guy said, oh, pearl clutching is so beta. Huh? Pearl clutching? You just asked, why was it a bad thing to rape children? Any normal person is going to pause and really think about what the hell you just said, because what you just said is not okay, and it's most definitely not normal. And guys, the comments were equally as disgusting. So you had a lot of people that were replying to this on Twitter, just saying a bunch of disgusting crap. So I also decided to reply to this thread because I saw that somebody said this. This guy put, LOL, it was a good question. If it wasn't, the goofy kid could have answered it. Sir, what? It was a good, okay. All right, so you guys can see this GIF here. Here I am. I put this GIF in. Straight to jail, because that's where you need to go. Straight to freaking jail. And he says, care to articulate why? I reply, why is hurting a child wrong is not a deep question. And I say that because he's trying to act like this is such a deep philosophical question when it's not. Why is hurting a child wrong is not a deep question. It's the kind of thing only predators pretend not to understand. Kids cannot consent. Exploiting someone who cannot give permission is inherently abusive. You don't need philosophy. You need therapy and a visit from the cops. So that reply right there literally lets you know as to why I think harming children is wrong and why raping children is wrong because kids cannot consent. Guys, let me show you his reply. He said you didn't actually explain why it's wrong. So what if it's abusive? Why is that bad? How did we get here? How did we get here? Asking why abuse is wrong has to be one of the dumbest questions that I have ever been asked. And you know what? At this point, I really should have cut the conversation off there because this guy is obviously mentally challenged. Like and I'm not even saying that to be funny. Something is obviously wrong with him. And it seems like, I can't say for sure, but it seems like he's advocating for children to get raped. So I responded, imagine pretending you don't understand why abuse is bad. And then I go on to actually answer his goddamn question. Abuse is wrong because it causes harm, psychological, physical, developmental, and lifelong trauma. Children are still forming their sense of safety, trust, and identity. When an adult violates that, it literally rewrites their brain. He asked me, why was it bad? This is me explaining why it's bad. He replies, so what? Why is it bad to harm kids psychologically? Why do you care? I know why I'm against it. It doesn't sound like you're against it. I'm not pretending I don't understand it. I'm asking why you care if kids are abused. Because I have a soul? Because I don't want anything bad happening to children? Because children should be protected at all times? Not only is this so disgusting, it's just so, it's upsetting, man. Because you know, there are way more people out there, and there are, like, especially in these replies, there are way more people out there that think just like this jackass. This is disgusting. And again, I should have ended the conversation here, but I had time this day. So I replied again, guys. I said, why is abuse bad? Because causing severe physical and psychological harm to someone who cannot defend themselves, destroy their development, trust, safety, identity, and mental health. Are you slow? At this point, I'm just like, am I being slow? No, like, I'm being so clear. Like, have you guys ever talked to somebody that was like intellectually inept to the point where you started to feel like the stupid one? That is exactly what was going on here. He responds, you keep repeating yourself. Why is that bad? Yes, abuse can cause physical, psychological harm, which inhibits trust, safety. Yes, yes, yes. Why is that bad? Why do you care? Ooh, yo, if I had money, I swear I would punch my camera. I would destroy my camera. Like I need to punch something at this point. Just reading this again is pissing me off. I respond, okay, you are actually slow. Gotcha. You literally acknowledged what I said and agreed, then continued to ask, why is that bad? Holy fuck, seek help, man, like today. He said, I agree that you defined what abuse is and what it can lead to. You did not explain why it's bad. And honestly, I'm surprised I didn't crash out at this point right here. And again, I said children rely on adults for protection. When an adults harm them emotionally, physically, or psychologically, it breaks the foundation of safety their entire life is built on. The damage affects brain development, trust, relationships, and mental health for decades. Like, I don't know how else to break it down. My goodness, man, how can I make this clearer? You just keep explaining how this or that harms the child. I get it. Again, am I missing something here? He said, I'm asking you why is harming a child bad? And I think at this point, this is where I crash out. Yep. Guys, when you see me type in all caps, that's when I'm crashing out. I said, okay, you're actually stupid. I explained it multiple times. It's not my fault reading comprehension isn't your thing. Just say you want to be a PDF file and go on about your day. Piece of shit. Wow. And he said, it's all right, man. You're just one of the people that can't get it. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're 1000% correct. You're right. Yes, you're right. I will never get it. I will never get defending PDF files. I will never get defending harming a child. You're right. I'll never get it. And I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it at this point. I really don't. Again, like, I just keep asking, how did we get to this point? I just don't this is exactly why I say MAGA is a cult, because no matter what happens, they are going to stand beside their orange zaddy. They are going to stand beside him no matter what happens. And yes, I know he hasn't been convicted or anything. It hasn't been proven that he did anything, but he is being incriminated right now, okay? And it doesn't look good. But instead of saying, like, oh, if he really did that, then yeah, I agree. That's disgusting. That's fucked up. He should go to jail. Instead of saying that, they are saying, well, you know, at least Epstein didn't mess with like 8-year-olds. They were just 15-year-olds. At least he didn't mess with 4-year-olds. And now they're saying, oh, well, why is it bad to abuse kids? Why is it bad to SA kids? I absolutely have no hope for you people. I don't. This is exactly why I said MAGA is getting weirder. Well, to be fair, now that I think about it, MAGA was always weird. I just feel like they've been turning up the dial each year.
No video of President Trump sucking a ding-dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding-dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose.
No one made him say that. Why would you say that? No one made you. That shit, that was 7 years ago. Hilarious. Like, you didn't have to say that. So yeah, to be fair, MAGA was always weird. They just been increasing the dial as the years have gone by. Holy crap, man. Guys, let me know what you think about this video. Do you agree with anything that I said? Do you disagree? Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I said, do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It really helps out with the channel. Lets me know that you're rocking with the content. Do not forget to subscribe to the gaming channel. Make sure you join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace. Whew.